use anything in the key. You could tap any, so you could do like it's like an A flat minor or something. So basically, like, you could, visualize the scale and tap that out with your right hand while holding the fixed chord here, and it's really kind of got this harp-like sort of sound or something, which is pretty cool. Another more unique approach to tapping is this is kind of like if you have an 8 string or something, but you can kind of do a bass line and then kind of comp chords with your right hand.
Yeah, that's the stuff I've been trying to do.
Okay. You should learn this song. Stuff like that. It's like there might be some inaccurate tab for that song somewhere on the internet. Get you anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I think if you want to do the bass and sort of comping chord thing, just think of a riff that's basically going to make you practice that. So write a riff that has, obviously a bass line that you can manage without, So you have to be able to actually have your left hand independently produce this bass line, right? And then what you want to do is identify when your hands are hitting at the same time, and then when they're hitting at opposite times. And slowing it down is the best way to do that, So you figure out what you want your right hand to do. In this case, I'm just going. Just 2 chords, right? And I figured out. So the first 2 on my left hand and right hand, the first notes come down together. And then when I change chords, they actually attack at the same time. So it's actually not that difficult at all. You just, dude, I think if you slow anything down, your brain basically is able to pick it up within, a reasonable amount of time. And that's usually the key to doing things that are really hard. Just do them slow for long enough. Muscle memory, You've got a question.
I'm just wondering if the Tram album is still coming out at the end of the month, and if it'll be on iTunes in Australia.
Okay, Tram is like a more jazz fusion sort of side project that I started, for those who don't know, and it's supposed to come out on the 28th, and I don't know if it's an international release. Well, yeah, I know that you can get it, I just don't know if the release date is the same for, Australia as it is for North America, but I don't know, I keep go on the internet or whatever. If you can find it and purchase it, that'd be great. If you download it, I still love you. It's good. You got one?
In regards to recording, you guys did the engineering and mixing for the newest album as a group on your own. Mm-hmm. What kind of signal chain do you use? Does it all come from the Aspects, or are you using mics and amps, or?
No mics were harmed in the making of our album. It's this box is pretty crazy. I think it sounds great, and we basically use this for all the guitars, and then we bought an electronic kit, so we could track Naveen's performances as MIDI, but then the actual sounds are sampled drum audio from Superior Drummer 2.0. Yeah, which I don't know. I guess some people feel some way about doing that, but you can come see us live and see him do it in real, if you have any doubts or whatever. You got one?
Do you teach Naveen some tricks? Or?
Do I teach Naveen tricks?
Yeah.
Like on guitar or what?
Yeah, on guitar.
Yeah, I taught him how to sweep a long time ago, actually. He's a really good guitar player, man. But it's more of just, he's a very metal guitar player. He hasn't really studied a lot of harmony, but he has a good ear, so he writes some pretty cool melodic, riffs. But yeah, I show him stuff every now and again. Yeah.
How much does it cost for lessons with you?
Lessons? I don't know. I've been charging $60 an hour.
Really?
$1 a minute, man. Yeah. Did you have a question?
Yeah, before that, is his name Adrian Terreras or something?
Terrasis, yeah.
Yeah, what's he like to play? Because he's from the Mars Volta, right?
Yeah, he's I mean, he's basically got his master's in jazz. And he's actually a flute player.
Yeah.
He's like a 6-foot Mexican flute player.
He's a lunatic.
Yeah, he's great, and I think he did a really good job over the riffs I threw at him. And playing with him was an amazing experience just because he's such a strong, improvisational player that he's got a lot of melodic ideas that are pretty heady, and like I'm still trying to figure out what he's talking about. But that's kind of like been the benefit of playing with him, just growing as a musician. So yeah. You got one.
What kind of techniques do you use to kind of develop your dexterity rather than, or do you just play like songs and get it from that? Or?
I think for developing dexterity, it's all about metronome-based practice. And I've found that, like, I'm repeating myself, basically like slowing things down to the point where, you're doing it and it's like you could be watching The Simpsons at the same time. It's so slow, right? But gradually increasing and never going past the point where you're still playing the phrase cleanly. And what that does is like you're just ingraining it very thoroughly, And so any passage or any lick or whatever you want to learn, I would slow it down to a click and then increase the BPM by maybe 8 every once in a while when you feel like you've got it, and stop when you feel like you're kind of starting to get sloppy or strain or tense up.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised the progress that occurs. That's how I've actually gotten fast. And
Okay.
yeah.
It's all about hearing yourself more.
Yeah, you have to be your own judge.
Yeah.
Don't let yourself slide. Because basically the work you put in when you're playing it slow is going to make the difference that when you're playing it up to speed, if it's like clean and articulate, or if it's like you kind of like cheated a little bit, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you want to sound clean, and
Yeah.
so yeah, do it slow. You got one?
Yeah, when you...
Okay, unfortunately I'm playing along to the actual album track, so if you actually hear, basically, I didn't have the sessions to create like versions of the songs minus the guitar, so I'm playing over it just in case you were wondering about that. maybe I'll do another one.
Can you do New Eden?
It's on a.
I'll do both.
I'll do that one.
Yeah.
New Eden is on a guitar that is actually, it has like a baritone scale on it. And
Where is
it's,
your Strandberg?
huh?
Where is your Strandberg?
I'm not allowed to, it's at home. We're here for Ibanez, right? Yeah! Woo! song uses some hybrid picking, which is kind of like holding a pick, but playing as if you're playing classical. So instead of your thumb being the bass designated finger, the pick is, and then you play the treble strings with these 3 fingers. And it's pretty fun. You can come up with, it allows you to basically do, you know, classical style playing, but you still have the benefit of holding your pick. So, the beginning of that lick is actually just an A minor 13. It's that chord. It all works over A major, which is cool. But anyway, that's a little tidbit about that song. Any more questions?